I'm here with Martin and Hyman. Congratulations on making it through to the semi-final.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was such a fun day, and the Aussies were really good competition. They were sailing really, really nice.
Everybody is sailing so beautifully, and now you'll go into the pool with Group A as well. Is that a little bit fearful, Martin?
Yeah, we are looking forward to compete to the best guys. But we have enjoying the moment. We've been racing really good, and the competition is getting tighter and tighter in Group B. So today was real racing, and every hour on the boat is gold for everyone on Group B. So looking forward for tomorrow.
And you must be so proud to do this at home.
Yeah, I mean, it's the America's Cup. It's a dream, and having it at home, it's even better. So just as Martin said, is make the most of the time and live the moment.
I'm trying to think about how to compare it to people who don't sail, like how important and how special the America's Cup is, and then for you to have the experience to step into the shoes of your heroes. It's pretty incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, difficult to describe. Maybe here in Europe, football is such a big sport, so it's like going to play in the same stadium as Messi and with the same ball and same players. So really enjoying the moment and try to make it happen again in the future.
Oh, so incredible. Well, hopefully this sets you up for a long career in sailing.
Let's hope so. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
You're very welcome. Rasmus, you are on top in Group B. You've shown to be quite a massive performer, but you've also got a massive support team. I mean, down on the dock every single morning, the battle of the support teams is on, but you've got an incredible heritage with all of the Artemis races coming out of the woodworks too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the race we're doing on the water is one part of it, but I would probably comfortable say that we're winning the dockout shows every day. I mean, the Swedes on the dock are making quite a noise, and so I mean that's the best feeling ever to dock out with those Swedes behind you.
I've seen Nathan Outeridge, I've seen Paul Goodison, I've seen Goobs, all of the people who have raced for Artemis previously as well. It must be such an honour to know that you're racing under the same banner.
Yeah, of course it is, and sometimes it feels a little bit weird walking out of there with the Swedish flag when you know those guys are standing in the audience, and because they are the people you look up to and have been looking up to. And I mean, especially when they come into the team room and have a little pep talk before you go, and I mean that's the best ever you could ever have.
I guess that's part of the UniCredit Youth America's Cup, though. It's about those pathways. It's about being able to step into the shoes of those who have walked before you, and you're doing an incredible job.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, Artemis has a great legacy, and I mean, the people around us, they're so professional, and for us it's the first time, but you could see that they've been doing this for years. So, you're just trying to fill the spots where you're supposed to and get away with as much knowledge as possible.
Speaking of knowledge, as in other America's Cup regattas, the most critical thing is how quickly you learn. How are you doing that? How are you going to work on that tonight? Because we all know that you need to make a step up when you're facing off against Group A.
I mean, we have a head coach with name Kyle, and he likes the late evenings.
An Aussie.
An Aussie. And he likes the late evenings and the YouTube clips. So, I mean, we're going to be in there for hours and just sponge off every little bit of knowledge we can.
And that's all we can do as sailors, and then work on the communication and how that's going to work, and also your mind state. I mean, is that what that dock-off show is all about in a way? Does it put pressure on you, or does it enthuse you?
I think the first couple of days we were like a little bit prompt about it. But now the last couple of days you just enjoy it. But I think it's important with the switch on. Once you get to the boat, it's like, okay, the fun is over and time to go racing.
It's business.
Yeah, business.
And tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I mean, we have nothing to hold back. It's just go out there with full throttle and make sure you put everything in the game as you have.
Cole came out all guns blaring today. Nice win.
Yeah, it was really good to come out and lock in a solid position and put us through to the next round. So yeah, we're really happy.
How much do you think you've learned from the start of this? Like if you went back a week even?
Oh, I mean, we hadn't raced before this week, so we've learnt so much, and I think it's clear in the way that we're sailing the boat. Every day we go out, we're handed a new challenge maybe with the conditions, but we're sort of piecing together all the parts of the puzzle and getting a broader playbook of what to do with the boat and how to handle these Barcelona conditions.
And I have to say, I think maybe the AC40's the boat that's most dependent on teamwork in the world.
Yeah, probably. I mean, everyone has a really big role, and you're always flat stick with all your brain power. So you have to rely on the other people, and you're not thinking about them doing their job, you're just thinking about you doing yours.
How hard is it to change every day with different swell states, with different breeze, and then now tomorrow to bring in that other variable of different competitors you've never raced against as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a learning, and I think that the way you sail the boat changes a lot, maybe compared to other boats through the conditions. But that's been a really fun challenge, and I think, going into tomorrow, we've got a broad enough range, and we can problem solve pretty quickly, and we feel really good.
Problem solving definitely has always been part of the America's Cup. Learning has always been part of the America's Cup. Losing has been part of the America's Cup. Doing your country proud has always been part of the America's Cup. I think you've already done that.
Thank you.
How are you, Rocco?
Yeah, really good. Had a really good day out there today in Barcelona.
Yeah, and you are smiling. Your eyes are red because you've had a bit of blasting in your face. But how good are these boats to sail?
Man, really, really epic time today. Even the other day with the big waves, honestly, we had a lot of fun. But today was probably some of the best sailing I think I've ever had. Super fun, and yeah, good results too.
You're not the first person who's said that to me, that it's the best day you've ever had. Even when you have a bad day on these boats, is it still good?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, the boats today I think was perfect for them. Good flat water, or pretty flat, but a good breeze, and I think we were seeing up to 44 knots, 43 knots, so really big speeds. And super technical today, super puffy, shifty, so really fun race course.
I think it was you were doing 44 knots when you hit the brakes.
Yeah, definitely. We had some big crashes today, some big moments, and but yeah, we kept it clean, we kept it simple, and good starts, and the boys really did a good job today.
Do you think that will be the secret going into tomorrow, when I know the level has been super high already for you in Group A, but now when we have everyone, all guns firing in the semi-final?
Yeah, absolutely. The points, they reset, so going into the semis is going to be completely different. We need to fully reset our minds, and yeah, really strong teams. Honestly, Australia has been showing some really good speed, and all the Group A that's come in with us, they're all super strong, and I think anyone can win it.
Anyone can win it, and it will just come down to the conditions tomorrow. So how do you put yourself in that mindset, Rocco?
Yeah, I mean, I think tonight we go home, we have a good debrief. We definitely made some errors today, so I think that we'll learn from them for sure. And yeah, just come in tomorrow, have some good chats with the coaches, but yeah, we'll be ready.
I know you will be. Have a good sleep.
Thank you.
Leo, you fought really, really hard, but Group A is just super tight, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a tough group from the get-go. There's so much experience and so much hours spent in those boats for all of us sailing on those boats, and yeah, there was always going to be 3 teams that were always going to deserve to go through, just didn't get through. So I think that was one of us today, and we were just too far on the back foot after the first 2 days and did our best. We had some incredible moments, 2 seconds, second in the first race, but just those crucial moments where we just couldn't click and punch forward. So that was tough and something real sad pill to swallow, but I think, yeah, could be really proud of how we built into this event. We made most of every single opportunity sailing day that we were given, and I think there is honestly no regrets on how we used those days and made the most of it. So I think when you put it like that, it brings more of a smile to my eye and kind of makes me look back on the kind of good days we had, and just today was just one of those days. But I think, yeah, the boys will be sad for a few days for sure, and I think, yeah, whatever we do next, it's going to be, everyone's going to have a real bright future.
I think you deserve to be sad, because it wouldn't mean anything if you weren't, and obviously you wanted to win. You don't put yourself in there to not win, and I think it's a credit to the quality of the fleet that a team as talented as you guys aren't going through.
Yeah, I think, yeah, big hats off to the 3 teams that made it through. Today was one of those days to be clutch with how tight the points are and how hard the conditions were. We had 15, 16 knots at times, bit of sea state, and then real shifty, cloudy conditions. So you had to be on your game and had to start well and get the first shift, and from then on it was game over. So it was real. The caliber of these teams is just so high that if you get ahead, it's pretty hard to reel them back in. So it shows, I guess, just the level of how good these guys are. So yeah, big hats off to them, and I think we can be proud of how we sailed, but yeah, it'll take a while to kind of really sink in and get over it, I guess.
Yeah, and that's totally fair, and I'm sorry, because I know you guys put your hearts and soul into it, and now I guess that you'll hopefully put some energy back into the Women's America's Cup, and that might help you out a little bit to combine with them a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I think they've been supporting us the whole time, and I think, yeah, we're a team, so we'll be definitely there helping the women achieve their goal of winning the Women's America's Cup. So yeah, I think it just in total, just real proud of how the team went, and yeah, just real thankful for the incredible opportunity. I think we can be really proud of how we sailed, and just wasn't enough today. So yeah, that's about it. But we'll be there with the women's.
I know you will be. You're a massive helper, and thanks for all your help with the Aussie team as well. We'll try and do you proud, eh?
Yeah, please do.
We will.
Sweet.
Whew, Max. I guess it's relief, but it's also game on tomorrow.
Yeah, deep breath, everyone. It's been the story of the regatta. You know, a lot of ups and downs, but through. The points reset tomorrow. 4 races to decide everything, basically.
Everything indeed, and now you get to match up against Group A. What are you thinking? What are you going to do to prep?
Yeah, it's a big ask for us to go and take on these teams that have spent, hundreds more hours in the boat than we have. But, I think we're as well prepared as we're ever going to be. So we've sailed the boats really well this week, sometimes, and we know we can do it when we put it all together. But I think tomorrow we're just going to go out there and have to give our best performance yet. And, every day we learn, 3-4 times the amount we knew the day before. So we're on a huge upward trend, and we just got to keep it going. And hopefully our best is enough. And if it's not, well, we're going to give it everything we got.
Now, after a massive nosedive and a little bit of a hammering on social media, you guys just absolutely smashed it in that first race today. That must have felt bloody good.
Yeah, well, you got to find the edge in these boats. Like we pushed it a little hard the day before, and it's the first time we've seen those conditions with the big waves and 14, 15 knots. So it was quite nice today to go out there and sail in 12 knots around the race course without, a lot of the waves. So yeah, we nailed the first race and made our lives pretty easy. We knew we had a job to do today, and we went out and executed, had it all done by the first race. So I think it's a big sigh of relief for everyone not to, be biting the fingernails in the second race.
And now we have a night of study again, as you said, continue that upward trend, continue the momentum, and hopefully do your supporters proud.
Yeah, hopefully. There's not much left for us to do except go out there and give it a red hot crack tomorrow.
Indeed, and you've already done them proud. Don't worry about that.
Thank you.
All right, James, I've covered up my Australia logo on my shirt. Good day racing today. You've made it.
Yeah, we've made it through. The team's super happy. It was all about getting through in the top 3, and we made our life hard today, but yeah, we made it through.
I think it was hard for everyone not to have a hard day because the competition is fierce, or was fierce, in Group A.
Yeah, the racing is super tight, You lose a couple metres and all of a sudden you've lost 3 boats, But that's why we do it, We're super lucky to be here, and the racing's getting tighter, and yeah, it's epic.
It is epic to watch as well, and I think tomorrow's going to be even more interesting. We're all glued. But how will you prep for tomorrow, knowing that you've got some hardy competition coming up?
I think get back tonight, watch over the racing, and see where we made mistakes and what we can do better. It feels like we're getting better every day and every race and every leg, So I think it's important that we just reset, and try and keep getting better. The reality is tomorrow's series is a short one, so we've got to attack it from the off. We can't be conservative.
How cool is the UniCredit Youth America's Cup? Because basically you're just mimicking everything that everyone has to do in the big cup. You have to learn every day. You have to improve. You have to make observations and make changes.
Yeah, it's awesome. The whole setup here is pretty awesome. Yeah.
There's no other word.
No, yeah, there isn't. And we've got helicopters flying about. We get the whole broadcast. I think for all the youth and women involved in this, it's an amazing experience, and one that I don't think anyone will forget.
Nice to meet you.
Well sailed today.
Thank you. It was a difficult day, strong breeze, and really tight racing.
It's interesting with the scorecard because we're not used to having 10, 7, 5. You know what I mean? It makes it a little bit tricky.
Yes, of course. Winning a race is super important because you get more points, and from the 4th to the 6th is not so good. So being on the top 2, top 3 is pretty nice.
So what do you...
From tomorrow is going to be difficult because we're going to have 6 boats, only 4 races, and I think it's going to be really, really tight, and we have to be ready for that.
Yeah, you have to be ready, and there's no second. You've got to go through and try and make the top 2.
I think tomorrow there can be a second.
There can be a second tomorrow, but not onwards.
We can be happy to arrive second. I can put the sign now if tomorrow.
You're happy being second tomorrow?
Yeah, if I will put the sign now if tomorrow we're going to be in the top 2.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, I think the goal is just to be in the top 2 and then start thinking about the rest. But yeah, everybody will push themselves to be in the top 2 tomorrow, and I think it's going to be really, really tight.
You're used to dealing with pressure, I think. I've looked a little bit at your CV. You've won 3 Optimus World Championships in a row. You're doing incredibly well in your sailing now. Is the America's Cup a dream?
I think yes, America's Cup is a dream for me, and we're getting closer to something that we work a lot, so we want to keep pushing.
I interviewed Gigi on his birthday after you had the first day of racing, and I think you and him, when I interview you, you remind me so much of Jimmy. It's not funny.
Sorry?
You remind me of Jimmy Spithill when I interview you and Gigi. You are so similar.
Yeah, we spent a bit of time together, so now we're a bit similar, but yeah, I think we learn a lot from these guys, and we are the future, so our goal is just to do better every day.
Excellent. I'll let you go.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.